Hi guys, and welcome to Reflected World. If you've not already done so, check out my first video called The Search Begins, where I go through some of the tools and processes that I use when I'm planning an adventure. So I've just been looking at the maps and I've found somewhere that looks really interesting. So if you're ready, we'll go take a look. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is pull up the side-by-side viewer from the National Library of Scotland. I'm going to go and look at this 1892 to 1914 map. And I've been looking at an area to the west of Edinburgh. So if we start to zoom in, we can see here I've got an area where there's a hill called Dalmahoy Hill. And if you see on the satellite image on the right hand side there, there's now a large quarry that's taken a good chunk of that hill away. And if we'll zoom in a bit further, I did notice just to the north of the hill there's something marked in the map here. It's called the Waterhouse, and I could see in the satellite image there was something there in the landscape hidden on the trees and the undergrowth. It looks like a structure, so I decided this would be where we're going to head out for our first adventure. Before I head out, I want to get an idea of the terrain around the Waterhouse, so I'm going to load up Google Earth and we'll have a look at the landscape around it. Okay, so we can see here Dalmahoy Hill, and there's the quarry to the right hand side of it. And if I zoom in just to the north, we can see there in the landscape is our Waterhouse that we're interested in. So I'm going to spin round and we'll have a look at it. So there's our Waterhouse just sitting there. It's quite far down off the back of the hill, but it looks to be hidden away just in the trees there. So I think what we'll do is we'll come along the top of the hill and then drop down, just down the side, down to where the Waterhouse is itself. That way we can stay well clear of the quarry and the quarry works. In terms of getting onto Dalmahoy Hill, I think I'm going to come in from the west hand side here. We'll just make this approach up onto the hill from there, and then we can head over and onto the back of the hill and down to the Waterhouse. Okay, that's the planning done. If you're ready to go, let's get out there. Okay, so we're just heading up the track now towards Dalmahoy Hill. What we'll actually do before we go onto Dalmahoy Hill is going to go up onto Kames Hill, which is the hill right beside it. You can see Kames Hill just here, and then Dalmahoy Hill is just behind me through the tree there. So once we're onto Kames Hill, we should get some nice views over to Dalmahoy, and then we'll head over to try and find the Waterhouse. Okay, let's go. Just starting to climb now on the side of Kames Hill. You can see behind me the rock there. That's actually igneous rock, which this hill and Dalmahoy Hill are formed from. It's a much harder rock than the surrounding sedimentary rock, and basically the magma from volcanic activity pushes up through the sedimentary rock and forms these hills. They're about 300 million years old. Kames Hill itself is actually interesting for another reason. I don't know if you can see there, but there are kind of metal vents that seem to be coming out the ground. And that's because this is actually a landfill site, or was a landfill site. It's now been covered over, but they have these pipes running down the hillside to vent off the gas from basically from the rubbish below. So there was a clue on the way in where we saw a venting station which will actually be burning off the gas as it is generated from the rubbish. Just come up onto the top of Kames Hill, and you can see over there in the background is Dalmahoy Hill. We'll be heading next, and somewhere over the back of Dalmahoy Hill there we've got the Waterhouse hidden somewhere on the hillside. So let's go and have a look. So we reached the top of Dalmahoy Hill, and the views from up here are just amazing. Over to the north we've got the three bridges, the rail bridge, the Forth Road Bridge and the new Queensferry Bridge. And just behind me there is Arthur's Seat back in Edinburgh, and to the south we have the Pentland Hills. But now we're going to head down off the back of the hill here and try and find our target, which is the Waterhouse. We just come off the back of Dalmahoy Hill, and I'm just checking the map. So according to the GPS here, the Waterhouse should not be too far away, just below us somewhere on the hillside. So I'm just going to go over to the edge of the hill over here and have a look down. Okay, somewhere down here is our Waterhouse. Just trying to see if I can see anything. The map shows that we're getting close on the GPS, so we're going to head down a bit further. I might see. Oh look, there. You see it? Just below me there, you can probably see a roof, curved roof, and a wall, and that is the Waterhouse. Wow, amazing. Let's go down and have a look, see what it is. Just coming around the front here, I can hear water running, and it doesn't look like there's anything on the doorway, so I'll look and have a wee look. Oh, this is amazing. So just got to the entrance to the Waterhouse. I'm going to go in and have a look and see what's going on inside here. Look at this. Isn't that something special? All those ferns just growing around the outside of the water reservoir. So these water houses were used to capture the water running off the hillside, and basically I think it's just filtered the water which would collect in the reservoirs, and then there'd be a pipe would run out and take the water down to, I guess, the local houses. Quite a remote wee spot though, so I wonder where it's serviced. If people came up to get water, or whether there was pipes running from here. I don't know. But what about that inside? I'm just going to go back in and we'll do some more shots of the inside of the building. Just noticed there's a couple of dates actually just on the stones above the entranceway. One of them's got a date of the 6th of September 1822, and then the one above it says 1892. So I'm not sure why there's two dates. The one at the bottom is the original one, I'm sure. But yeah, interesting. Looking down into the bottom of the reservoir does make you wonder if there's anything else down there, given it's 1822 is when it was built, so could be coins or anything, I guess. Might be worth coming back in the summer, having a wee route around in the bottom. It's probably a wee bit cold right now to be doing that. It's a really peaceful little spot around here, because you're just tucked away off the hillside. I'm sure nobody really comes down here, so you wouldn't really know it was here unless you'd really come over and had a proper look down the hill, but it's so well hidden that I don't think many people would see it. I think we'll have to come back here in the summer and see what it's like around here, because at the moment it's all pretty died back with the bracken and the trees being winter time, but in the summer when everything's back, it must be well hidden inside all this vegetation. Well, I think I'm going to head back now. It's been a fantastic day out. Amazing to find this place. You never know what you're going to come across when you head out, and it just shows you some amazing places just hidden in the landscape. So I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, come along and join me on the next adventure. I'll see you then. Bye. On the way back to the car, I decided to have a wee look down in the woods below Dalmahoy Hill, because I'd spotted on the map when I was looking at the waterhouse. There was another wee object marked on the map. I didn't say what it was, so I thought I'd come down side of the hill and have a wee look and see what it was. And sure enough, it's this. It's another small waterhouse. It's got a date on it of 1847, but if I have a look inside, a bit smaller, but still amazing. There you can see the grid at the back where the water would have come in, like a filter, and into the reservoir, and then there would probably be a pipe or something flowing out. But yeah, another fantastic little find.